Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today for VIHASA. I hope I'm audible. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, thanks everyone for taking time out on a Sunday morning to join us for these values workshops. Today, we'll be exploring the value of peace. Just a introduction about what we do. So, first, we used to do this every Sunday, but now it's become once a month on a Sunday, and it's usually the second Sunday of the month that we meet for about 2 hours to recharge ourselves. And so, what we exactly do is something that maybe I could just give you a little bit of an intro of. This is called VIHASA workshops. VIHASA stands for Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach. This entire program and module was designed by the Janki Foundation, which is a sister concern of the Brahma Kumaris in the UK, so based out of London. Basically, this was done through the inspiration of Dadi Janki. She was the administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris, and she did a lot of nursing in the sense that she was a nurse to a lot of people who were suffering and who were ill. So, when she would go to the NHS hospital in London, she would see that the doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals were very stressed. And she felt like there should be some service done to help them reduce their stress levels so they can provide better care and support for the patients. And so that's when the group of people that you see in front of you, there were co-members who got together to create this workshop, this module. And originally it was for healthcare professionals, but it's relatable to everybody because we work with values and all human beings have values and we all work with them. So when you see the principles of Vihasa, you'll understand why it's so relevant to all of us. So the first principle of Vihasa is heal thyself. So the emphasis is on caring about ourselves, our personal development, increasing our emotional stability so that we can provide support and help to others around us. Because if we ourselves are low or not feeling good, then we can't really be a support system for other people. So it's important to help ourselves first. Second is learning through experience. So this is going to be a facilitated program. It's not going to be a lecture. I think the introduction part is the only one where I'll be talking more. But after that, throughout the session, it'll be interactive. We'll all start our audios and videos, and we'll explore this value together by sharing our experiences. And the more we share, the more we learn from each other, inspire, and get inspired by each other, and the group wisdom grows. And the third is relevance to work. So it's not just going to be like, okay, we explored a topic, we had some discussion, and then that's the end of it, and we go back to our daily routine. So it doesn't happen like that. I mean, then there's no point, right? So we are going to try and make action plans and actually see how this interaction, the insights that we get from this workshop, how do I take it back to my professional life, my personal life? How do I actually put it into action? So there are 8 modules for Vihasa. And today we'll be doing the second module, which is peace. Now, these workshops and modules were designed for a face-to-face kind of workshop originally. So each module used to go on for 8 hours. We cannot do that. It was a full day program and we cannot do that online. So we have split every module into 4 parts. So we'll be doing 2 hours for each. So today's part 2 of peace. But it doesn't matter if you haven't attended part 1 because all the exercises are different and you will learn something from all the exercises. So there are 7 spiritual tools that are used for the Vihasa activities, which you'll see. You'll see different tools and different activities that we do today as well. So there will be some activities where the focus is on meditation. where you sit, you be peaceful with yourself, and you allow the experience to really get into your subconscious mind. There'll be visualizations where we will create positive visual images for ourselves about our goals, our aims, how we want our life to be. Because when we have an aim and a goal towards which we have to work, that's when things can actually start happening for us. Then it's reflection. So this is making an appointment with yourself where you take time out for yourself to really think, how do I feel about this topic? How does this make me feel? So those kind of things. But VIHASA is not serious. It's very playful. It's fun. When we did this workshop face to face, we would have group activities where people would sit together, create together, role play. So a lot of fun activities as well. Another tool that we use is listening. Listening can be a wonderful healing tool because a lot of times we just want people to listen to us. And by listen, it doesn't just mean hear us, but actually try to understand how we feel and our point of view or our perspective about things. The next one is appreciation. And I think over time, we all have learned to appreciate other people. Like, we tell our team members, good job for a job well done. But it's also about appreciating ourselves. Like, we become very self critical most of the times in life. We look at our mistakes more than, our achievements. And so we need to learn to appreciate ourselves and others more. And last but not the least is creativity. And we'll be doing a couple of creative activities today. So if you want to grab your crayons and paper, please do, because it's going to get real fun today. So why facilitation? Basically, the word to facilitate means to make easy. So we're not here to give you lectures or tell you what to do, because all of our lives are different. We all have different emotional capacities or the way we handle things. So we're just going to figure out things and experiment together. We're not going to tell you what to do, but we'll all figure out what works for us in the best way possible. Because what works for me might not work for you, and that's okay. So so it's said that when you hear something, you might forget. Like when it's just a lecture, you hear it and then you might forget it. If you see how something is done, you might remember. But when you actually do it yourself, that's when you understand. And only when you understand can you really take it back to your work and apply it. So today we're going to encourage all of you to actually do the activities and share with each other. So it just goes right into your system and you understand it, and you'll be in a better position to apply it in your life. Okay, so we'll have a wonderful, supportive environment. We'll create that for each other where we respect each other, accept different people's opinions. And because different people have different ways of working, and that's absolutely fine. So just a last point is, if you want to know a little more about VIHASA, we have a website called www.vihasa.in. So you'll understand more about VIHASA and the events we do. Okay, so with that, I request Raksha Ben to take us through the icebreaker. But before we do that, I'll actually introduce all the facilitators. So I'll ask all the facilitators to start their videos. And I would request all of you to start your videos so that we can all know each other, get to know each other a little more. So hi everyone, my name is Kosha and I'm an artist and illustrator by profession, and I'm a VIHASA facilitator, and it's lovely to have you here today. So thank you so much. I would request Reshmi Ben, Apurva Ben, and then Raksha Ben to introduce themselves, and and then Raksha Ben can take us through a beautiful icebreaker activity. So over to you, Reshmi Ben. Thank you.
Thank you, Kosha Ben. Myself, Reshmi. I'm a software engineer by profession, work in Bank of America. Welcome to the VIHASA Peace exercise once again. Happy to have you all, and just looking forward to have a great conversation with all of you. I'm with Kosha Behan since 2020 August. I don't claim myself as a facilitator. I'm still learning and looking forward to learn a lot with all of you. And thank you so much. Over to you, Raksha Ben.
So Apurva Ben, why don't you introduce yourself first,
Yeah.
and then Raksha Ben can just take us through that. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti. Hello everyone. My name is Apurva and I currently work as a research assistant, and I wouldn't again call myself as an actual facilitator, but yes, I have been facilitating online VIHASA sessions since the past 3-4 months, I guess. So looking forward to having a great session with all of you and interacting. Thank you. Over to you, Raksha.
Om Shanti, everyone. My name is Raksha and I'm a petroleum engineer by profession. And I'm very happy to be here for this facilitation. And as Reshmi Behan and Apurva Behan have said, even I'm learning this thing. So welcome you all and very happy to meet you all. So let us now begin with the first activity. So the first activity is an icebreaker activity on peace. So this is a very simple activity where you have to tell us, introduce and tell us what makes you peaceful. So peace can have different meanings to each one of us. For someone, it can be watching an image, and for someone else, it can be doing some activity. So it doesn't matter what peace means to you. So let us directly go into the activity and have some nice sharings from all of you. So I would request you to raise your hand and unmute yourselves and tell us about peace in 1 or 2 sentences, or you can even put it on the chat box. So can we start?
So whoever's ready can just unmute themselves and tell us what makes you peaceful. Whenever you're ready. Yes, Dr. Dilip.
Yeah. Dr. Dilip, you can unmute yourself.
Om Shanti. Myself, Dr. Dilip Gupta, orthopedic surgeon, and I become peaceful when I listen music.
That's lovely.
Very nice. So Ashwini has also written in the chat box. For Ashwini, it means peace means concentration on myself. Very nice.
So listening to music, concentration on myself. Anyone else wants to share what makes them peaceful? So whoever's ready can write it on chat or unmute themselves and just share. That's absolutely fine. So the more we interact, the more we learn together, right? So I really encourage you all to, whatever you're comfortable with, either speak or write it on chat so that we just get to know each other a little better before we jump into the other activities.
You can also start the videos also, if you're comfortable.
So we've got a few on chat.
We have a sharing from Rehana sister. She's saying peace is when nothing happening around me affects me. Very beautiful.
And Rachna Ben has unmuted herself. Rachna,
yes. Om Shanti sister. For me, peace is when the number of thoughts in my mind are minimum. I mean, it's all in control kind of a situation, my mind, and I feel peace when during meditation.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. So peace is when nothing is happening, nothing around me is affecting me, or when there are hardly any thoughts and I'm just meditating. So lovely thoughts coming from all of you. Anyone else wants to share? Vijay brother, would you like to share?
Yes, Om Shanti, and please accept my greetings of love, peace and happiness on this beautiful Navratra days. All of you are Mahavir and Mahashaktis. the peace for me is to give love and happiness to all. Being yourself is peace. Peace is our original virtue. Baba bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay brother, for those lovely blessings. So basically, we've got some lovely blessings today. We've got some ideas on what peace is and what it means. So any last few comments before we move over to the activities? If anyone wants to write on chat or share on audio, we would love to hear what makes you peaceful, and then we can move on to the first activity. Prajakta Ben?
Om Shanti and good morning, everyone. Very happy to join this group once again. To me, peace is when there is harmony and there is internal happiness.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Harmony
Wonderful.
and internal happiness. Malti had also unmuted. Would you like to share?
Hello, Om Shanti to all. Just when I sit alone and go in deep meditation, I feel so peaceful, and I always feel peaceful when I forgot everything in the world. Just to sit alone is my peace of mind.
That's lovely. So spending time with yourself.
With yourself, with myself, मतलब मुझे अंदर से इतना happiness feel होती है when I sit with myself, लेकिन अनलकीली टाइम बहुत कम मिलता है अपने आप से स्पेंड करने के लिए, एंड आई वांट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम टू स्पेंड माई सेल्फ. वो मिल नहीं पा रहा है ड्यू टू.
True. I think that's the story for everyone today, right? We want more time for ourselves, but it's difficult to find it. So yes, but thank you so much, Malti Ben, for sharing that, and for all of you for sharing what peace means to you. So if anyone else wants to share, you can let me know, and otherwise we can move on to the first activity for today. Right, so we'll move on to today's activity. So I request Reshmi Ben to take us through today's activity. It's a creative activity. So for all these VIHASA activities, I request you to grab a pen and paper, because it's really good to just pen down even one or two points that come to your mind, because it's insights, right? It's churning. And since we have some creative activities today, if you want to grab some art tools like a pencil or a sketch pen or something, please feel free to do that as well. Over to you, Reshmi Ben.
Thank you, Kosha Ben. As Kosha rightly said, that it is a creative activity, and from the name also, it shows a peaceful image. So now we would request you all to draw an image, what you think that represents how you see yourself when your mind is at peace, at tranquility. What is that image for you that resembles peace? Just to give you a little overview, for an example, an oak tree. Like it is tall, strong, with deep roots, yet flexible. It can be anything for you. So we would like you to have pen and paper. As Kosha said, you can bring your color pencils if you have, and we would give you 5 minutes time to think about that image that resembles peace to you. And later on, we would be sharing, opening our video with all of the members. Any question, anyone? Okay, so I'm taking this piece as you're clear with that. Okay, so we would give you 5 minutes time and you can draw your own image. Looking forward to see your image. Thank you. Okay, great. If you are ready with your image, so one by one you can unmute yourself and you can just share with all of us.
So whoever has made their creative drawings or even written something about yourself as peaceful, we would love to see your creativity. So whoever wants to share would maybe just start their videos or raise your hands, and so that we can show each other our creativity. Whoever's ready. Anyone?
We are not looking forward to any perfect image. It can be anything. And you can explain a bit, right, Kosha? So
Yes,
we would love to see that. We will get new ideas.
So we've
And as Kosha said, you can also explain even if you had not created any image.
So we've got a few on chat with us,
Okay.
Ben. We've got, I think Dr. Dilip Gupta has also described Vijay brother also and Raksha Ben also. So you could read those out, but if anyone wants to show us their artwork,
Yes.
we would love to see that as well. Even if it's just a quick sketch, it doesn't matter. We're not artists here. We're just exploring something differently. So Vijay brother has raised his hand. Yes, Vijay.
Okay.
Can you spotlight my face, please?
Yes, yes.
Sure, sure.
I don't know. I did not make any drawing, but I will say, see at me and visualize that a rays of peace from the ocean of peace are falling on me, and from the center of the forehead is spreading to the world for world benefactor. Sabka kalyan ho, sab peaceful ho. Baba bless you all.
Thank you, Vijay brother. Thank you for sharing.
So we've got a couple of them on chat. So but
Yes.
Prajakta Ben has raised her hand. So Prajakta Ben,
Oh,
do you
yeah,
want to
Prajakta
show
Ben.
something?
Yes, I have drawn an image. I'm a nature lover. I'm starting my video. I don't know how you can see. Can you see it?
Yes.
I'll spotlight it for everyone. Just a second.
We can see you, Prajakta Ben. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow, in 5 minutes you actually got color and everything, and you did it. So it's lovely.
Very prompt.
So it's nature, right? Like we can
Yeah, very peaceful. I love mountains, greenery. You know, everything is so peaceful there with nature mother.
Yeah.
Even do same for me.
It's beautiful, and I love
Really
how you
nice.
use colors. So lovely. Thank you so much, Prajakta Ben.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you, Prajakta Ben.
Always lovely to see everyone's creativity.
Ashwani, would you like to share with us?
1 second, Ashwini brothers sharing. I'm just going to add it on Spotlight so we can all see.
Okay.
It's wonderful. You're very good at creativity because you've made faces and everything. Ashwini brother, would you like to unmute yourself and explain? Because you're still muted. We can't hear you.
Can you unmute yourself, Ashwini?
He said wait, he's trying.
Yeah.
I think his internet's having issues.
Yeah.
हेलो ओम शांति
Om
एक्चुअली
Shanti.
ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल था तो इसलिए
अच्छा, okay.
अभी ये जैसे कोई भी परिस्थिति आती है, कोई हमें कुछ भी कहता है तो उस समय हमारी जो शांति है, तो यहाँ मैंने दिखाया है कि आई एम ए सोल और शांति मेरा खुद की एक ओरिजिनल क्वालिटी है। तो मैं जो कुछ भी सामने से कुछ भी ऐसे आ रही है सर्कमस्टेंसेस, लेकिन मैं अपने आप को फोकस कर रहा हूँ कि आई एम ए पीसफुल सोल और अभी जो फ्लो आ रहा है सामने से वो कुछ देर में शांत हो जाएगा, तो अब मैं अपनी स्थिति को क्यों नीचे गिराऊं। तो मैं यहाँ एक योगी मैंने दिखाया ऐसे, तो वो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि एज ए मैं अपने इनर क्वालिटी में, अपने इनर पावर में कंसंट्रेट हूँ, स्टेबल हूँ। ओम शांति।
Om Shanti,
Very
thank you. It's
nice.
beautiful.
Thank you, Ashwini brother.
So wonderful that
Beautiful
you know,
thought.
in 5 minutes how creative we can be. So that was really wonderful. Thank you, Ashwini brother and Prajakta Ben, for showing us how creative we all can be in just 5 minutes. Anyone else has drawn something, then we'll read out the chat as well, because I know there are some ideas on chat. But if anyone wants to show us their artworks, we will be more than happy to see it. Even if it's a poem, artwork, anything that relates to peace. Anyone wants to sing a song about it, absolutely fine. So until somebody volunteers, maybe Reshmi, when you could read out the chat if you want.
Sure, Kosha. So in the chat box, Dr. Dilip Gupta has written that sitting near lake, doing meditation with light music and fragrance all around. That gives him a lot of peace. Yes, brother, we can even visualize it. Raksha Ben said, sunrise spreading its rays all over the world effortlessly. Beautiful. Saurav Bhai saying, peace. I can't draw something, but I feel that inner peace that can help feel better place. That's nice. And Nishita's sister is telling, being on beach, listening to the sound of waves. Blue color itself represents peace. I think, Usha, you can relate with that, right? Ocean waves. So beautiful. And this sharing also is helping us to visualize actual peace, what exactly that resembles. Thank you, everyone. Anyone still want to show something? Otherwise, we would be moving to the next session.
If anyone wants to even talk about something, even if you haven't drawn it, you want to share something, please feel free to. And also one question I wanted to ask you was, when Reshmi was reading out all these, could you actually visualize the ideas that people were sharing on the chat box or looking at the beautiful artwork? How did you all feel? Did you all like it? If you all want, you can just raise your hands if you feel like you could feel it and you could understand what the other person was trying to share their ideas. So just let's try and make it a little more interactive. So if you feel like you could visualize it and see it in your mind's eye, I would request you to raise your hands on the app, on the Zoom app. Rachna Ben has said again, she's also added something. She said, gazing at the blue sky is an image that gives me peace. Also a visual of Paramdam. So Paramdam is just a wonderful, beautiful world of red and gold light, similar to what I think Reshmi Ben showed us a little earlier when we were taking time out to draw. So thank you so much, everyone, for these wonderful sharings. And with that, we move on. Something similar, I think something similar to what Ashwini brother showed us today and conceptualized for us. So we'll be moving on that note to the next exercise. And I request Apurva Behan to take us through it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kosha.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Reshmi. So now we'll move on to the next exercise. And
1 second, Sarang, did you want to share something because you've unmuted yourself?
Sure.
I just noticed. Okay, Sarang, do you want to share something? Okay, it's okay, Apurva, when you can continue. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So we move on to the next exercise, and it is called Peace in Action. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, but Apurva, I would request you to be a little louder.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Hope I'm audible now better.
A little better.
Okay, great. So for discovering peace in action, so before we begin with the activity, I would just like to say a few things. So peace does not mean that only when you're not doing any activity, when you're just sitting idly, only then you can experience peace. For different people, peace can be anything. For someone, it could be in activities like gardening, it could be painting, writing of poetry. For those who love sports, it can also mean that playing cricket, tennis, or going for a walk near the beach. That could also be a peaceful activity. For some, it can be as simple as even washing utensils or cleaning. Those who love cleaning their room, that can also be a peaceful or an activity which we can call as mindfulness. And in all these activities, the important component of why we feel peace is mindset. Your mindset or your intention, your sthiti, as we call state, and while doing those activities, we feel those vibrations. And that's why for different people, it could mean different activities. And today we are going to look at some of the activities and reflect how is our stability of mind at that time, how are we feeling while doing the activity and after doing it. So the first activity is you're going around a busy supermarket doing family shopping. So now with Diwali approaching, Dasera coming, we all have to buy a lot of things. So just visualize and imagine yourself going with your family to a busy supermarket and get tons of people, long lines for paying the bills. So how do you feel while doing the activity and after you finish shopping? Second one, that is painting a picture of a beautiful landscape. You can see yourself maybe at your house or you're gone for a picnic and you're just sitting there and all what you see is a beautiful landscape and you're painting it. So that's painting a picture of a beautiful landscape. The next activity is changing a bed. What do you feel when you're changing your bed? What is your state of mind while doing it? Maybe you're changing your own bed. Maybe someone else has gone to someone's place and you're helping them out. What is your state of mind at that time? The next activity, you're just sitting by a nice waterfall or a river and you simply enjoying the flow of water, maybe the surroundings over there. So just there near the waterfall and observing the water. The next activity, cooking a big family meal in the kitchen. So it's the weekend and just got a sudden call from some relatives that they're coming to meet you. It's a family of maybe not 7, but your extended family, entire extended family is coming over. It's around 30 people. And just a short notice, you have to cook food for all of them. So how are you feeling that time while doing your work in the kitchen? Next activity. You're watching a televised sports championship while the country you support is playing. You can actually imagine that you're watching an IPL match or even an India versus maybe Australia match is happening. And yeah, we are maybe losing. We just have few balls to go and we don't seem to be winning. And could be a state of mind at that time. We're supporting India, but it doesn't seem to be winning, or there are very low chances of winning. Or it could win also, either which ways. So it's such a pressure moment. How are you feeling? Are you still stable? What is your state of mind? You're watching this live sports with maybe alone or your family, friends. What is your reaction? The next exercise, you're just using an exercise bike or a treadmill at the gym. So we all love, some of us will be loving working out in the morning. So an exercise bike, going to the bike, and using a treadmill in the gym. How are you feeling? You're working out continuously at the gym. What is your state of mind? And the next, you're sitting on a bench in a quiet garden on a summer day. So it's like a warm summer day and you're just out, but it seemed to be a sweltering, maybe October or April heat. And you're sitting in a quiet garden. Are you getting affected by the heat? Or you're just simply enjoying and happy because you're in the garden? You can take some time, reflect, and play some soft music, and then you can share.
So I think we can just directly go into the sharing, where
Okay.
we can ask them, first of all, how they felt during this activity. So if anyone would want to share, whenever like all the activities kept changing, right? We had about 8 different situations that we tried to experience.
Yes.
And Apurva Ben tried to really give us that experience of how each activity was different, what all was happening. So does anyone want to share what they felt, how they felt and experienced during that? So if anyone would want to just start their audios or videos or anything and just let us know, or even in chat, if you want to write how you felt, it would be helpful for us to understand. So anyone want to share something? Prajakta Ben, Ashwini brother, Deepak brothers with us. Anyone wants to just share how was it for you, the experience?
Which activity you think required more concentration, focus? Anything would like to know? Yes, Parvati sister.
For me, I think cooking a meal was really, I was connecting because I love cooking. So it really brings peace. Just you forget everything and you get happiness that, my family is going to be very happy with having something made different, So I was connecting with that activity more. And also a few activities which were connecting to nature. So it was an experience of peace as you were, projecting each activity.
Thank you for sharing that. That's a wonderful insight. Anyone else wants to share what they found most peaceful out of all the activities? Something like that? Anyone would want to share? Vijay brother has said, whatever action one is doing, most important is to concentrate on self. Okay, but anyone else wants to share specifically out of these 8, which activity did you enjoy the most? So like Prajakta said, she enjoyed the cooking activity because that's something she enjoys doing. So anyone else wants to share?
Maybe which activity they found
Like the more we
challenging?
share in this workshop, the more we learn from each other. So I would really, request all of you to just participate a little more. And I understand if you're not comfortable, talking, you can always write it on chat, but it'll just be a more beautiful experience if it's more interactive. So I would request you all to do that if possible. Okay, so Ashwini brother says painting a picture and nature, observing nature. So those are the activities he enjoyed. Anyone else wants to share? We have Shashikant brother, we have
Naya sister.
So we've got all these people and we would love to hear what you
Yes, Rachna, then you unmuted yourself.
Yes, Om Shanti sister, out of all these eight activities, the 2 activities that I enjoyed the most in my visualization and imagination was first, as Prajakta sister said, cooking for the family on a special occasion. That brings a lot of excitement, and I do it with I would do it with attention as well as with a feeling of joy. And second one was sitting by the riverside. And one more thing I would like to add, one activity which I could not enjoy was watching India lose against Australia. I would rather switch off my set or change the channel.
Yeah, that is good. I'm so happy that you included what you didn't like as well.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Deepak,
you raised your hand. Oh, yeah, Deepak.
Yeah. Om Shanti. Mostly all the activities were very peaceful, but the most I enjoyed was doing nothing, like sitting by waterfall and just doing nothing. Then the other activity which involved doing nothing was watching cricket and watching sports. So these 2 activities I enjoyed the most. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepak brother. Okay, so Ashwini brother, you raised your hand. You want to share?
Om Shanti. Going round a busy supermarket, तो इसमें मेरा विजन ये है, जैसे मार्केट में जा रहे हैं तो काफी रश होता है, तो सभी को देखिए सब अपने अपने काम में इतने बिजी हैं, कितना भी उनके एकाग्र हैं, और हम एज ए पॉजिटिविटी मैं देखता हूँ कि सब अपने अपने काम में, मतलब व्यस्त हैं, किसी का कोई व्यर्थ नहीं चल रहा है, नेगेटिव नहीं है, थिंकिंग नहीं है, और काफी एंजॉय कर रहे हैं सब अपनी चीजों को, और किसी से कोई गिला शिकवा नहीं है। तो ये मेरी ये विजन है मेरा ये ऑप्शन की।
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Ashwini brothers made a lovely vision where everyone's happy, peaceful together. So thank you everyone for your sharing. Rakshaban also says she enjoyed the sitting on the bench where the children are playing in the sun. But now that we've got a couple of sharings from all of you, I want to ask a question to you all. Do you think that, so number one, do you think that everyone has to enjoy the same kind of activities and the same kind of things brings you peace? Because, and you can just say yes or no. Because, for example, somebody said that watching a cricket match brings them peace. And Rachna Ben said, but no, if my team is losing, it brings me a lot of opposite of peace. And then I change the channel. Or Prajakta Ben, Rachna Ben enjoy cooking. But if it's someone who doesn't know how to cook very well, or if they can't handle cooking in such huge amounts, it might be stressful for them. So what is your opinion about this? So that's one question I want to ask all of you. So you can say yes or no in chat. Do you think everyone has to be peaceful in the same activities? Not necessarily that all enjoy the same activity. Okay, Raksha Ben has said that. Everybody else, like, okay, no. Prajakta Ben also says it's not necessary for us all to enjoy the same activity. So I would really request all of you to at least say yes or no so that we can understand what your thought process is. So another question that I want to ask you other than this was, to what extent was it possible for you to be peaceful while engaged in different home-related activities as well? Because if you see, there were some activities which were things that we do in our everyday lives, right? Like changing a bed or going to the supermarket for grocery shopping. These are things that we have to do in our lifetime. Like we just do it in a week. We have to change the bed once or twice. We have to go to buy groceries. So these are things that we can't really avoid. But what do you feel? Do you feel we can be peaceful even while doing these activities? So again, I would request you to say at least yes or no, if not a more elaborate answer explaining your point of view. And if anyone wants to explain their point of view about these things, we would love for you to unmute yourselves and share your point with us. Okay, so Prajakta Ben says, yes, it is possible to remain peaceful even while doing everyday activities like changing a bed. Ashwini brother says, आज का दिन कितना अच्छा जाएगा. So thinking आज का दिन अच्छा जाएगा, कुछ अच्छा रहेगा. So he's giving affirmations while he is changing the bed. So that's a wonderful idea, Ashwini brother. Thank you for that. That's something maybe we could all practice, right? So Rakshaban, do you want to share something?
Yes. So I think, yes, we can remain peaceful in all the daily codes of life. If we accept the activity and if we are engaged totally in that activity, not wanting it to change, I think then it's a very nice opportunity for us to be peaceful.
Thank you for sharing that. Vinaya sister, would you like to share?
It is not necessary, that we be peaceful in all the activities. Actually, peace is our true nature, and if we could be aligned with our true nature, I think every activity can become a peaceful activity, be it making a bed or even going grocery shopping or so. Yeah, I mean, earlier, how I used to be before joining Brahma Kumaris, like many of my activities would go as per my likes and dislikes, wherein, oh, this is, like someone said, if the match is not going as per my wish or my country winning, then oh, it's not good, bad idea, chalo, let's change the channel. Same thing it used to happen with me, and oh, this is something I don't enjoy, so I would really be very grumpy, or just not enjoy that activity. But now, as I learned how can I be my true self and be aligned with my true quality, I think things have really started settling down, and I'm enjoying most of my activities throughout the day. Thank you.
That's lovely. Thank you so much, Vinaya sister, for giving us that insight into, how you're trying to deal with it. Saurabh Jani says, in all activities of life, whether it's shopping or cooking or watching, it's a state of mind. So you can feel peaceful. So that's lovely. One more question, just a food for thought. So just because I enjoy cooking and I find it peaceful, shall I expect other people to find the same activity peaceful? And I mean, we already said not necessary that everyone finds the same activity peaceful, but just a self check. Do we do that in our lives where we expect people to find the same activities as us peaceful? For example, if I like to go on a trek, okay, if I'm going trekking and I'm like, oh, that's so much fun, it's so peaceful, it's around nature. But shall I just assume that everyone's going to like that the same way that I do? Okay, so like for example, some people love going to the beach and they find it peaceful. I'm one of them. But do I expect that everyone in my family or all my friends will enjoy the beach and find it peaceful? Can they not maybe think the sand is sticky, the water is dirty, I don't want to go there, and it brings them more stress, especially if they're very germophobic, or they care a lot about hygiene? So just a food for thought, something to think about. Um, so Rakshaban says, yes, maybe we are doing that unknowingly. And Vijay brother says, there is a big difference in temporary peace and permanent peace. So yes, so that is there, but we're talking right now about activities. So because we have to, I mean, we can't always be sitting in meditation, right? So even while we are doing everyday activities, how can we continue our peaceful state of mind and not get disturbed? So thank you so much, everyone, for giving us your wonderful insights into all these things. So a lot of y'all shared some amazing things that y'all do, y'all enjoy, and it's really helped us to come to some of these conclusions. So thank you so much. And with that, we will move to another activity. Now, this is going to be a fun activity. Okay, so I'll just quickly go to that. It's called a peaceful day at work. Now, this is going to be broken down into a couple of parts. So I would request all of you in the beginning to just sit with yourself, and you will first kind of visualize what a peaceful day at work looks like for us, right? It's going to be different for different people. So let's put away our things for a moment. Okay, and sit comfortably in your chair. Take a few deep breaths. Focus your awareness on your breathing, and then on your thoughts. Remember a time when you felt optimistic and secure about yourself. Remember a time when you were positive, when you felt safe and secure about yourself, about who you are. A time when you felt positive and inspired, when you were happy and content. Just think about that. Get a sense of being at peace with yourself. Am I not audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
Kosha sister.
now it is better, Kosha. Earlier it was not audible.
Okay, so I will just go through a few of these thoughts again. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I'll just hold it up.
Yeah, thank you for that, Kosha.
Thank you. Okay, so let's sit comfortably in our chair and get into that meditative mode again. So we are going to try and visualize what a perfect, peaceful day at work looks like for us. Okay, so we'll take a few deep breaths and focus our awareness on our breathing and then on our thoughts. So remember a time when you felt optimistic and secure about yourself. A time when you felt positive and inspired. When you were happy, you were content. So think of a time like that. Get a sense of being at peace with yourself. Breathe in that experience. So what was it like when I was happy, inspired, positive? Just go back to that moment when you felt like that. And breathe in that experience. And let it reach every cell in your body. So take a deep breath and think that you're taking that experience in and it's going to every part of your body. A feeling of peace, of balance. It makes you feel stronger and more confident. And you feel like you will be able to go through situations with greater ease. So imagine that you have a whole week at work where everything flows perfectly, where everything's going well. So whatever situation comes along, it's easy for you to handle. And so you feel at peace with yourself for the whole week at work. So just imagine just one of those days of the week, maybe someday in the middle of the week, where the day goes so well. Everything's going perfectly. So how do you feel waking up in the morning? So now imagine that the whole week is going well. And out of that whole week, one of the days, which is going so perfectly, how do I feel when I wake up in the morning? Where am I? Imagine these things. Visualize them. So how do I feel waking up in the morning? Where am I? Visualize your surroundings. What time is it? What are the sounds around you? What are your surroundings like? And what are you aware of around you? You go to work and everything goes well. What do you see yourself doing throughout the morning and the afternoon? So visualize, what are you doing? How do you see and hear your interactions with others? What words are you using? How does this make you feel? You also have plenty of time to do something else. So you have, not only is your work week going perfect and everything is going good at work, but it's also getting over on time. So you have a lot of time to do other activities. So do you go for a walk? Do you meet a friend? Or do you enjoy your own company? What do you do in this free time that you have? So visualize that. What do I do in my free time? And how does it make me feel? How do you feel for whatever activity you choose to do in your free time? Now, see yourself going home feeling good. And find time to talk and relax. And as the end of the day approaches, allow yourself time to reflect on how much you enjoyed the day. As you go to sleep, what is your last thought? Slowly, whenever you're ready, move your hands and feet and become aware of your surroundings, and we'll come back. Okay, so was everyone with me during this little meditation visualization activity? Everything okay? Maybe y'all can just write on chat or thumbs up or whatever, so I know y'all are with me and you all haven't gone to sleep. So everything okay? All good? Yes? Okay, great. So I hope y'all could visualize your perfect peaceful day, how everything went. I hope y'all could visualize your surroundings when you woke up in the morning, your feelings, how you were feeling when everything was going perfectly fine, how you were interacting with your colleagues at work, other people at work, maybe clients, and how you could finish all your work on time, what were the activities you were doing, and you had enough free time. So what were you doing in your free time? And how did you feel at the end of the day when everything was peaceful and wonderful and going right? Okay, so with that, we move on to a little more churning about this visualization. So I request Reshmi Ben to take us through the rest of this exercise, which is called a peaceful day at work. So Reshmi Ben, over to you.
Thank you, Koshabel. Thank you for such wonderful visualization. I was actually following each and every line of thoughts which you are giving to us, and I believe that everyone has done the same. So what we have experienced with the thoughts that Pusha Bahan had given, can we paint down our thoughts? Can we write down a bit about how did we feel? What did we experience with it? And then we will move forward to share our thoughts with each other. Because as Pusha's sister said rightly, that it's an interactive session. So the more you will share, I will get some idea and opinion and a new thought process maybe. So our experience, each of our experience is unique and is very valuable for each other. So I would request you all to take a few moments to paint down your thoughts, your experience. What did you like? What did you feel? And then post to it. We may divide you in breakout rooms with your with a group of the people, with your friends who we all are here in this session, and then we can take the group sharing as well. So just take a few moments and let's paint down our thoughts. What did we feel?
We can continue. Yes, Rashmi.
Yes, so I hope that we all have painted down our thoughts, and we can now divide you in breakout rooms with the group of people. where you can share each other's experience, and there would be one person who would be sharing at the end of the breakout session by consolidating all of your thoughts and opinions about this. And we would love to listen to you. So, Osha, would you just repeat the breakout rooms, rules, and regulations?
Sure. So, while before we go into the breakout rooms, just a little bit of information. What we will be doing is first, whatever visualization we had right now. So just think, and I think you've already done this part where you've thought about your experience and your perfect day, your perfect peaceful day, how it should be, and any action that you need to take to achieve this vision. Okay, so you have a perfect vision, but maybe your life is not matching up to it right now. So, what actions should I take to match up to that? Okay, so a real achievable action that I can incorporate in my current life to match up to my vision of a perfect peaceful day. And so now what we'll do is we'll design a peaceful day at work. Okay, so this is going to be a group activity where we will break you down into smaller groups of maybe 3 or 4 people. And what you will be doing is you will design peace. So you will discuss with each other your vision of a peaceful day. How was your vision? What was your peaceful day like? And then together you will come up with some ideas, words. It could be a poem, it could be a drawing, it could be a painting. Some of you have colors and things. Prajakta has her colors ready. So together as a group, you can even write down a song and sing it for us, whatever you like, but creatively try to express your peaceful day. And this has to be matching with everyone. So we will give you enough time. What I have tried to do is I have tried to put one facilitator in every group. Okay, so even the facilitators can participate. And just try and with your groups, try to come up with something creative to design a perfect peaceful day. You'll get about 15 minutes. So try to take 5 minutes to talk to each other, understand about your visions, and then another 10 minutes to create something together. Any questions before we move on to the breakout rooms? You can screenshot this if you want, in case you feel like you forgot what you were supposed to do. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this right now on your phones. And then you'll know what you have to discuss. So you'll have facilitators in almost every room, so they'll help you. Now, as soon as I start the breakout rooms, you'll get a box saying, do you want to join the breakout room? So just click on join button. In case you forget to click on the join button on time, you'll see this circle with 4 windows. So if you click on that, you'll automatically be taken to your breakout rooms. If you feel like you're stuck at any point, there will be a ask for help button inside your breakout room. So you can click on that and I will come to your room and help you out. Okay, so don't leave your breakout rooms because after 15 minutes, you will automatically come back to the main session with all of us. Okay, so you'll have a 60-second countdown meter. And so you'll know when it's time to come back. So I'm just going to set it to 14 minutes. So you have that 1 minute extra. Okay, any questions or shall I open the rooms? All good? Okay, I'm assuming everything's fine and I'm just going to open the breakout rooms. Okay, so I'll see you after 15 minutes. Please discuss your visions with each other and then come up with something creative in your own way. Not necessarily a drawing. It could be a poem, a song, anything. Okay.
So yeah, welcome back, and let us have the sharings. We will start with group 1. So group 1, can we have this one spokesperson from your group?
I'll tell you who is in group 1. It was Apurva Ben, Ashwini brother, Divakar brother, and Vinaya sister.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So who's going to be the spokesperson from this group?
Vinaya sister would be.
Yeah, I'll come up with the sharing. We had a wonderful discussion, and a lot of remedial actions, came forth. And I'll just mention a few, which we can implement in our day-to-day life to bring more peace into our lives. First is, practice non-judgmental, being non-judgmental, and accept the person as that person is. Easier said than done. How do we do that? Is we came up with is how can we accept that person as he is? So understanding that something very strong energy is coming, we need to tell our mind कि भाई ये हो रहा है क्योंकि वो इंसान मन से बीमार है, इसलिए वो हो रहा है. ओके, तो फिर ये क्यों है? क्योंकि ये उसका संस्कार भी है. तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? मेरा संस्कार अगर पीस है तो क्या मैं पीस रेडिएट कर सकता हूँ? जी जरूर कर सकता हूँ. तो फिर कैसे करना है? तो अश्विनी ब्रदर ने एक बहुत अच्छा सजेशन दिया कि भाई हमेशा स्माइलिंग फेस रखो, और फिर ऐसे विजुअलाइज करो कि हमारे में से पीस के वाइब्रेशंस निकल रहे हैं और हम उसका पीस का संस्कार इमर्ज कर रहे हैं. तो ये भी एक तरीका हुआ पीस लाने का. और दूसरा शेयर किया था कि एक्सेप्ट करना कि जो है ये रियलिटी है, लेट्स एक्सेप्ट, एंड हाउ व्हाट कैन आई कंट्रीब्यूट टू ब्रिंग मोर पीस इनटू दिस सिचुएशन. तो जाहिर है कि सामने वाला अगर अग्रेसिव है तो क्या मैं पैसिव रह सकता हूँ या रह सकती हूँ? तो हाँ, तो भाई बात ही ना करे ज्यादा और बस शांति में बैठे और इनको सकाश देते रहें कि चाइल्ड ऑफ गॉड, बस अभी गुस्से में है क्योंकि इनकी कुछ डिमांड पूरी नहीं हो रही हो शायद, या इनकी इच्छा, मैं इनके इच्छा के मुताबिक ना चल रहा हूँ. तो ऐसा क्या मुझसे भी हो गया कि मैंने इनका ये संस्कार ट्रिगर कर दिया? क्या मैं मुझ में कुछ बदलाव ला सकता हूँ? तो अगर हम ये सोचे तो जाहिर है कि हम आग में तेल या घी डालने का काम ना करते और हम उन्हें शांति का घी देते हैं जिससे चारों ओर शांति फैले और खुद को भी शांति मिले. तो आई थिंक दैट्स हाउ वी हैड अ वंडरफुल डिस्कशन इन दिस रूम.
Wonderful, Vinaya sister. Wonderful.
Did you all manage to get anything creative done, or but the discussion was beautiful and
Yeah.
the points.
अपना अश्विनी ब्रदर ने ड्रॉ किया था, आंखें ड्रॉ की थी, और फिर मैं क्या क्या करूंगा, सो चाहे तो वो शेयर कर सकते हैं.
यस,
जरूर अभी करता हूं.
this is actually very much valid in big settings where we have when many people meet and having different sanskars.
Okay.
Can you turn the picture, brother? Can you rotate? Use invisible eyes.
सीधा 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 पकड़े brother.
Invisible eyes. हाँ.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
किसी के और
I think आपका नेटवर्क थोड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है, इसीलिए आपका आवाज ब्रेक हो रहा है. So maybe Raksha Ben, you could read the thing.
Yes. So it's a very beautiful picture where we have the mind's eye, the third eye, which is seeing the values in others, and it's also looking at the positive in others. And it is our normal eyes, they see negative things, but this eye, which is in the mind, the soul's eye, it sees the values and positive things about others. I think this is what Ashwini brother meant when he was drawing this picture.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. I think we'll move on to the next group.
Yes.
now, because otherwise we'll go a little over time. So
Yes.
I request Saurabh brother and Vijay brother. So any one of the two, whoever wants to share whatever discussions happened in your group. So maybe in just 2-3 minutes, if you could sum up your discussions.
Om Shanti. Saurabh Bhai told me to represent the group.
Okay.
Saurabh Bhai was discussing that he wants to remain calm and peaceful, but his colleagues and other people around in his activity do not agree with him and make noise and disturb. This was his point of Saurabh Bhai ji. So we decided now, and I feel that we have to remember that we are peaceful souls, and so others are also peaceful soul. But if they are not behaving in a peaceful manner, it is their middle sanskars which can be very easily changed to original sanskar of peacefulness. So we should remember this all the time, that we are peaceful soul and others are also originally peaceful souls. And even if we have to concentrate for others, concentrate on yourself and feel goodness, feel best wishes, that let they be transformed with a peaceful nature. And you will find the surprise magic. Then when you concentrate on yourself only, remain in peace and give good wishes to others, the others become peaceful, and that peace also becomes sort of a permanent peace in them. So we decided we have to remember that this is a drama. Every soul is on its own journey. We should only pray that the journey of each soul should be peaceful, and witness is as a drama. Don't be attached to that thing. Just see the drama, be peaceful, and give good wishes of peace to all. Baba bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay bhai.
Wonderful sharing, Vijay bhai.
So now we move on to the third group. I'll just tell you. Group 3 was Rakshaban, Deepak brother, and VK Khushi.
So Deepak bhai will be representing our group. He'll be sharing.
Okay. Deepak bhai, do you have anything to show us? Then we can spotlight. Maybe one of the facilitators could spotlight your video.
Yeah, Om Shanti. I'll be sharing my screen.
Okay. Thank you.
Everyone is able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes. We can.
Okay. So what we discussed is, like you can see the image in the screen, that it shows peace in mind, peace at work, peace at home, peace in the world, and peace on earth. So what we are trying to say is, like the view that is pointing to a beautiful lake and beautiful sky, and everything is so peaceful. So this represents our soul conscious stage, and the laptop is like what we do in our routine work. So through the laptop we communicate, and through the outer world. So the work, the outer world is the work, and the inner world is our ocean that is shown in this picture. So for a peaceful work, for that we need a peaceful mind. So for this, first we need to connect to the outer world. So when we connect to the outer world, first our inner world should be peaceful. So first we need to relax and gather the inner world. After that, we need to portray this into our outer world. So once the outer world is peaceful, the laptop, it connects to the outer world, the network connects to the outer world, and everything will go on peacefully. Then after an hour, we need to take 2-3 minutes break and again connect to our inner world. The inner world is the ocean that is shown in this picture. So once again we connect to the inner world, then again we connect to the outer world. So the outer network will also be peaceful. So in this way, the peace in mind will give peace at work, and the peace at work will give peace at home, and the peace in the home will give peace on the world, and the peace in the world will naturally give the peace on earth. So this is what we discussed and we try to portray. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So now we come to the last group, which was Reshmi Ben, Mukundan brother, Prajakta Behan, and Rachna Behan.
Yes, Usha. what to say, that this group is very, very creative and everyone is so uniquely has shared their point of view. So I can't say much about it. And I would request each of the person to show their own creativity, because it's unique and to be shared with all of you. So Rakshaban, I just, I please excuse me, but I really want to call everyone and show their creativity. So Project the Sister, would you like to start first?
Yes, Om Shanti once again. So what I believe is everybody has to love their work first. And when they go to work, they have to have 4 values. So I have drawn one image. Can you all see it?
Yes. Hold
Yes,
it
you can
there.
see it. Uh,
So I have drawn 4 hearts.
It's going
Love.
away in between. Sorry.
yeah.
Can
Maybe
you see it?
Yeah.
Now
we
it's
can
perfect. Just
just
hold
You
it like this.
you stay behind it, then we'll be able to see it. Yeah. Perfect.
So everybody has to have love for each other, respect, honesty, and patience with each other. Then we will be surrounded by peace at work.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you,
Very nice.
Project the Sister.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful drawing, and I am really happy that you're using colors and you're doing so much in such little time. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rachna Sister, would you like to
Yes. Okay.
share?
Om
Yes,
Shanti.
yes.
Om Shanti. For me, when a perfect day when I'm moving with peace and acting with peace, my attitude and my behavior gives me self-satisfaction, and I'm more accommodating and accept in the acceptance mode to the behavior and the attitude of other people. And that's all that I would like to say about this. And I tried to write a few lines that sound like a poem, but although it sounds like a kindergarten poem, so please bear with me, and you can have a good laugh after you listen to these few lines.
No, that's absolutely fine. We would love to hear it.
Okay, so they are very, very short, 4-5 lines on peace. Let me see if I can remember. Okay, fine. No mess, no clutter. When I am the creator, my mind and my heart playing a beautiful part, moving under a peaceful canopy as if it was my prized trophy, being myself at my best, ready for any trial or test.
That's
Wow.
wonderful.
You can laugh.
Really lovely.
Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
it has got such a beautiful rhyme.
Yeah.
Yes.
All sentences, very beautiful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Rachna Sister.
It was
Rakshaban,
beautiful.
yeah. So Mukundan Bhai could not share with us, though he was in the same room. Do we have a bit of time, Rakshaban, Koshaban?
Yeah, we can spare another 5 minutes or so.
Okay, so I also want to have written few lines.
Yes,
It was beautiful. After Rachna Sister, I even not to tell that, share with anyone, but as a rule, I just want to.
Yeah.
So peace is what I am. Peace is what is life's biggest exam. Peace is the way of living life. Peace is not what we all should thrive. Peace is just here, right now. Peace won't lead what and how. Peace is what I am here for on the earth. Peace is what is my real worth. Thank you.
It's beautiful, Reshmi Ben. Thank you
Very
so
nice.
much for sharing. So everyone, I have just put a link on chat. So we have a WhatsApp group where only the admins are allowed to post. And so you won't get any spam, but this will just give you updates on upcoming VIHASA workshops and other values workshops that we keep conducting. So if anyone's interested in staying updated, please join the WhatsApp group. Also, every workshop, whatever sharings we have, like all these sharings that you've done, we will collate it together and we will be sharing it in a PDF or JPEG form on the WhatsApp group. So whoever's interested, just click the link to join the group and you'll be updated with today's workshop review materials as well as upcoming any sessions that we are going to have. So yes.
And Kosha, just want to share that what all the groups have just, shared with all of us. Can we just take a look on that?
Yeah, and in fact, that's just what I was going to say, that you and Rachna Ben and whoever wants to share poems or anything on that group, you can just send it to us, like just give it to us and we can post it, the poems and stuff on the WhatsApp group. So everyone can have a look and read it because they both were really beautiful. So thank you for the summary, Reshmi Ben. We'll also be posting the summaries so that you can, go through them.
Kosha Ben, Khushi Ben wanted to share something on.
Yes,
she had a poem in Urdu. Can she do that? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Please do. We would love to hear it.
Yes, Khushi Ben, can you unmute yourself?
Om Shanti, all of you.
Shanti.
Sister, I want to share some in Urdu.
Yes, Khushi
Sure, we would love to hear it.
This poem was खुद की खोज में निकल किस लिए हताश है तू खुद की खोज में निकल किस लिए हताश है तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है तू तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है जो तुझसे लिपटी बेड़ियां जो तुझसे लिपटी बेड़ियां समझना उनको वस्त्र तू ये बेड़ियां पिघला के बना ले इनको शस्त्र तू खुद की खोज में निकल तू किस लिए हताश है तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है। तो पूरी पोइम तो मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगी क्योंकि बहुत बड़ी है, इतना एक पैराग्राफ ही पढ़ना चाहती थी। थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू।
Beautiful, beautiful.
It was really
beautiful.
Thank you. So, Khushiban, you also, if you want to, want us to be able to share the poem on the WhatsApp group, so other people maybe who are in the group but didn't join today, or even if we want to go through it and read it again, we would love to. So, just you can reach out to us and send it to us, and one of us facilitators will post it on that WhatsApp group. So even the drawings, Prajakta and Ashwini brother, we would love to, whoever, all of you are, whoever have drawn, Deepak brother made that thing on the computer. So we would love to include all these pictures as well. So y'all can reach out to me, send it to me, and we will post it on the groups. Me, Reshmi Ben, Apurva Ben, Raksha Ben, just reach out to one of the facilitators and we will post it on the group. So thank you so much, everyone. Lovely. So Deepak brother has even sent us the lyrics. So we will be taking that and posting it. I think with that, we move on to today's session review. So we'll, Apurva Ben, can you share your screen and just take us through that, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
So for today's session, first, we started with a fun icebreaker session on peace. And then the first activity was, of course, visualizing a peaceful image. And we had some wonderful creative art, like shared by Prajakta sister. We had a couple of sharings on the chat on what a peaceful image for each one would be. And taking it forward, the next activity was discovering peace in action, where there were a couple of activities, different types of activities listed. And all what we did was thought about it, contemplated what would be our reaction in each of the activities, even had a discussion on how different activity would mean different for everyone. For some, one activity may be peaceful. and a general discussion around how even in the middle of work, we can still be meditative and peaceful. And taking it forward, our last activity was visualizing, actually putting all those which we discussed in the peaceful image and discovering peace in action, how we can actually put practically in our workspace. And we had beautiful artworks, sharings, poems. So that was it about today's session. And yes, also can.
And maybe we can have a group
Group
photo,
photo, yeah.
like Vijay Brother had reminded us in the
Yes.
beginning. So we'll
Yeah.
take a screenshot, but for that I request everyone to please start your videos just so that
Yes.
we have your photo in front of us and we can take a picture of everybody together. Okay, so maybe whoever has not started the videos yet would request you all to do so. Okay, so I think this is it. So I'll take a screenshot. Apurva sister, you can also take one. Okay, great. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, lovely. Thank you. I have taken one and we've got a backup one by Apurva sister as well. So we'll be sharing this on the WhatsApp group as well. So you all can take the pictures from there. And just an update that next VIHASA session will happen on 14th November, which is the second Sunday of the month. That's when we usually have them. So thank you so much for spending 2 hours with us on a Sunday morning. If anyone has anything to share, any feedback to give, we would love to take it. So anyone wants to have some last ending comments before we leave? Okay, I think we're all good. Prajakta, when you want to say something?
Yeah, we had a wonderful Sunday with all of you. I'm sure it will help in creating peace at work, being peace ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Sunday, everyone. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti. Have a wonderful week ahead.
Om Shanti. Thank you.